I stole $1 million from the site, and now my foreman is looking for me to make me pay it all back. Hi, Reddit. My name's Kevin. I'm 23, and I'm a guy from Brooklyn. 2 years ago, my life was a complete mess. I was working as a laborer on construction sites, 10 hours a day for barely anything. Minimum wage, a wrecked back, and no future in sight. Everything changed on one ordinary day that I'll never forget. It was summer 2023. We were working on a job site, an old house in the suburbs bought by some Texas millionaire. He wanted to renovate it, but it seemed like he forgot one very important thing. That day, we were tearing down interior walls. Dust, noise, everyone doing their job. Closer to lunch, everyone went for a break, but I decided to finish one last part so I could end my shift sooner. And then, bam! The hammer punched through the drywall, dust flew out from behind the wall, and inside, something dark and rectangular. I looked closer. It was an old black suitcase. My heart dropped. At first I thought, maybe it's a bomb? A body? Something illegal? I didn't hesitate. Pulled it out, opened it, and I was blown away. Inside, neat stacks of $100 bills, a ton, mountains. Just the smell of the money hit me with a rush of adrenaline. I quickly closed the case, shoved it into a garbage bag, and sneaked it out to my pickup truck while no one was looking. The rest of the day, I walked around like a zombie. When I got home, I carried the case upstairs, locked the door, opened it, and started counting. $100,000, $300,000, $500,000, my heart pounding like crazy. In the end, $1 million. I couldn't believe it. I just sat there staring at the stacks like it was something unreal. In my head, now I never have to work again. The next day, I went back to work, even though inside me everything screamed, "Stay home, idiot." I tried to act normal, but every look from my coworkers felt suspicious. Jim, our foreman, was gloomy all morning, looking at everyone like he was weighing who could have stolen something. Then he came up to me, stared right into my eyes, and said, "Did you happen to see anything strange yesterday, like a case or something?" I pretended not to understand. A case? No. Was there one? He smiled like he knew more than he was saying. "Nothing. If you saw it, you'd have told me, right?" I nodded, but inside I was scared. From that moment on, I felt Jim wouldn't let it go. After he started putting pressure on me, I couldn't sleep at night. I wasn't thinking about how to hide the money, but how to make it work for me. Because if I just kept $1 million under my mattress, sooner or later it would be taken or burn along with my life. Then it hit me. Investments. I realized this money had to become my weapon, my shield. I started learning where to put it so I wouldn't get noticed. No banks, no official schemes. That would draw attention. I looked for people who didn't ask questions. Through a connection, I found a guy who bought old houses. He could buy cheap, fix up, and sell for triple. I invested part of the money in that, but officially it was under fake names. To make Jim believe I gave up, I set a trap. Took a few tens of thousands, planted them where he could find them, and spread a rumor that I burned the rest. I even recorded a video of stacks burning in a barrel. It looked real. Even I would have believed it if I didn't know the truth. When Jim got that video, he disappeared for a week. Meanwhile, I kept investing. Bought old warehouses, plots for development, did renovations and resales. Every dollar that once lay dead in that suitcase began multiplying. When Jim showed up again demanding his cut, I was no longer the poor laborer to be intimidated. I had money and connections. I outplayed him on his own field. I thought it was over, that Jim was gone, and I could finally live in peace. But I was wrong. Months later, he came back, not alone, but with a team of cold professionals in their eyes. They didn't just want money, they wanted me. Threats came first, then nighttime visits when I was home alone. One time, a car exploded in my yard. Luckily, I made it out. That was a clear message. You have to pay it all back or we'll destroy you. I knew I couldn't be broken by force. I started working with lawyers, hired security, changed my location for a while. At the same time, I strengthened business ties. New partners gave support and shielded me from the dark people. I kept pushing investments, putting money into startups, real estate, and even some crypto to keep things diversified and protected. Unexpectedly, one of Jim's former associates contacted me, a guy tired of the shadowy life and violence. He offered help, information on Jim's plans, and even evidence to give police. This guy became the key to finally exposing Jim and stopping his hunt for me. With the support of this ally and my team, I gathered evidence and handed everything over to the police. Jim was arrested, criminal cases were opened, and his business was shut down. Though I won that battle, I realized that this money wasn't just wealth, it was the start of an endless game of survival. Today, I'm 23, and I'm no longer the guy from Brooklyn carrying bricks for pennies. My annual income is now around $5 million, and it's not just a number, but the result of hard work, smart decisions, and a bit of luck. I opened my own construction company, which grows every year, and I'm proud that I managed to pull myself out of that situation that could have ended in disaster. Soon I'm getting married. I found someone who supports me not just in business, but in life. We're planning a house, a family, a future I once could only dream about. Now I know for sure, money isn't the goal, it's a tool. And true success is when you keep yourself, your peace of mind, and the freedom to live the way you want.